Good afternoon. It is Tamara Hunter, and today is June the 11th, 2020. This is the Service Hero Show. 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. And today, my service hero is actually a hero that has been a service hero for me for years. And I will never most likely be able to ever have this amazing woman live with me. However, I owe her so much. This is our service hero today. Her name is Renee Torres. Let me tell you about Renee. You may notice something I am very excited about. Let's look at what's been happening. Yes, it's called we have had the coronavirus here in California, and we have some things going on that I'm pretty excited about. Mikey Adam Cohen, so good to see you. Love it. Helene Wilson, my dear buddy and our ambassador of the chat. Thank you for being here. I love it. Yes, she is, in more ways than one. This young lady is absolutely amazing, and I owe her so much. She is, there's those people that are your wind beneath your wings kind of people. That is who my dear friend and service hero Renee is. She is and has been my hairdresser ever since she got out of school long ago. She's been with me. I think we were figuring it out somewhere about 15 years. And the signature hair that I have is all because of Renee. Renee is the person that has given me this look, and keeps it going. And she's the one that helped me before I lost my hair and as I was growing my hair back and everything. And she is the one that we just got the permission to go back to our hairdressers here in California. I don't know if it's everywhere in California, at least in our area, we are able to. I am considered in the Temecula Valley area. Yes, thank you. Me too. And it feels so interesting looking at it on the camera because the lights make it look slightly different. You're going to see it in a minute. And I decided to do this because it was an experience going in to the salon today, because there are all sorts of regulations and things going on. So now you get to see her before the mask. Okay, so I actually decided I would take a bit of a trip and I would share with all of you what it was like, because she and I had been visiting on Messenger, and she promised me as soon as she knew that she could get me in, she would, and she did. And not everyone is coming back quite yet, because there are quite a few people that are still somewhat concerned, somewhat afraid even, to go back to the salons and to the barbers. And as of today, I was looking online, I believe it is still the case that we still don't have our nail salons given permission to open up yet, at least in my area. However, the salons and the barber shops are. It's a big deal. So what I did was I decided to be a bit of a reporter. Yes, I am a host of a Service Hero show. However, I thought it would be kind of fun to share with all of you and with my buddies, and many of them are showing up right now. And I love the fact that we have so many people coming. Thank you very much for coming and joining us today. Sad our salons are still not open yet. And many of them are not. And we didn't know ours were going to. I think that this was, I don't know all the behind the scenes stuff, guys, but, I think it's somewhat of, I don't want to say last minute, but Yes, you are. And if you're saying it about me, thank you very much. Um, thank you. You know, it's just fun. It's fun to have a story to tell, and it's fun to be sharing it with all of you guys. And so I was excited. I looked to see if she had told me, because I knew I had to bring my own drink. So I brought some water with me. You couldn't have, they can't offer you anything to drink. And there's all these rules that are set up for, quote unquote, everybody's protection. So I brought my water. I had my mask. You had to have your own mask. You had to go in and thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. And hello, Skip. So we, you know, I'm all excited, and I washed my hair because I was trying to remember, because she gave me all these rules that we were going to have to abide by, and I thought, well, I didn't remember if I had to wash my hair or not, and if she could just spray it. Didn't remember that piece of it, so I washed my hair beforehand, put my hat on. And you guys will recognize that is the hat that, yes, Christopher Kaysen gave me, the Misfit Nation hat. So then I get in to the salon there, and they made me stand right there next to the window, and I tried to get it where there's plastic there in front of the window. I thought that was interesting. Plastic everywhere, draped everywhere. And then I don't know if you guys can see it there, but on the bottom there, there's a little sanitizing area that you had to like, and it comes out a lot, and you're supposed to just like douse yourself in the sanitation stuff, right? So it did that, and then you wait for and she, Renee, who is my service hero today, because she, let me tell you, there are those people in your life that are there for you no matter what. And whenever I have needed her, even at the last minute, which is usually at the last minute, you know, Renee is always there. This is Renee, for those that didn't see in the very beginning. You're going to see her with her mask on, but you know, it's great to see you, Skip. It's always so much fun. And Mikey and Helene and Carol, and I'm just enjoying this so much. Oh, thank you. Yes, you know what? Absolutely. Well, I had fun today. It was just fun. I will tell you this. I don't know, Mikey, if you're seeing this, because Mikey's in Southern California, but I don't know if people have forgotten how to drive. My car was filthy, which Mikey would tell you usually that's not the case, and it was, truthfully, because it hasn't been out on many outings. And I was so excited to get in it, and then as I'm driving, I'm like, man, when did they put that lane in there? No, there wasn't a lane there. People are going on the bike lanes and stuff and trying to get around everybody, and craziness. I don't know what's been up while everybody's been in lockdown or stay-at-home orders. However, so when Renee came and got me, and she's been so amazing. Whenever I've been going to go on a trip, whenever I had a last minute anything, she would always find a way to get me in. And there are those people that are truly service heroes. And in fact, the product that she uses on my hair, guys, is, and I have the notes somewhere because we were going to do an article on it. It's a special type of dye and product that is for people that either sensitive skin or recovering cancer patients, people that need something with not as many chemicals in it. And actually it does your hair good, you know, to have this product used. And so she actually made sure that she moved from one salon to another one. And when she did, she made sure that salon was carrying that line for myself and her others that she takes care of, that, you know, need to have that extra consideration. And it's any of the buddies, there are lines that are made for us, and we need to talk about that and maybe have that education in our closed chat. In fact, there there's there are there are so many things like that that people just don't take it into consideration. And Renee Torres and others that are out there and serving us in different ways are looking out for our best interest, and she always has. And so, okay, so here I am with my mask, and here she is with her mask, and you know, we're like documenting this whole thing. Okay, yes, I definitely needed my hair done, and I mean, what a thing to be sharing for Service Heroes. However, when I was asking her about, because she's got a huge book of business, she's been in our area now consistently, and people love her, and she has a huge book of business. And she said that she doesn't expect to see all of her regulars for she thinks it's going to take up to 3 months because of the way they have to stagger everybody and the way that it's being done. Plus, you can't just call. You can't just call and get an appointment like you used to be able to. You have to go to your, at least at this particular salon, you have to go to your hairdresser and request an appointment, or leave a message for a hairdresser or your hairdresser to create an appointment time. And so there's quite the process involved. So we abide by all the rules. And something you can't see, but in the way that it was set up in there, is that social distancing is taking place. And so there was that plastic between every single station. And it was so cute. They tried to decorate it. They had little like vines and stuff at the top of the plastic, trying to make it look like, you know, a salon. However, you saw on the floor, there were arrows. So you weren't allowed to go against traffic. You had to go through the salon a certain way. You had to bring your own water or coffee or anything you wanted to drink. And then when we went over to the washing bowls, you had to, again, it's like anybody that goes to any of the takeout places, or like any place like airports or anywhere where there's a lot of people, and then they have now the X's, right? So even at the water area, or the washing bowls, they only had every other one available, and you had to then get in line. So she's like, hurry up. There's a chance right now for us to get over there. It was kind of almost hilarious, and yet it was a learning experience. And that's why I decided to come and talk to you all. And Danny, I saw your interview. Excellent interview today with Skip, our dear Skip Thomas. You know, I really love the way you asked him the questions and everything. It was really good. Very, very good interview. And hello, Heavenly Helene. I love that. I love it. And did I not get the memo? I love this. Courageous Carol. This is fun. And thank you. Thank you. And you know, it's not a wig, though I was considering getting some of them from our dear Wigs for Every Woman, Heather Dye, because I thought, well, you know, if I was getting to a point where I was going to need one. So anyway, this is how it ended up at the end. We were just so excited. And the thing that was the most exciting on this, truthfully, we visited about this, is that many of the people that we have I've never taken her for granted, I don't believe. I don't think so. She's like a family member to me, Renee is. However, in truth, I think that we took for granted the services that we could just sometimes even walk in, see if there was an appointment available, like nails. We don't know if they'll be opening up nail salons in our area in California. Don't know. I don't know. Might. I know in some areas of the United States, possibly the world, they are, but never know. These are things that were the, if you will, the old norm. We have shifted. However, I'm not going to say the shifting is better or worse. It's a shift. And in our neck of the woods, Chemo Buddies for Life, we've been talking a lot about the frequency of love and the shift, and how we, through raising the vibration, if you will, in that 2020 is the year of love within our nonprofit, the Chemo Buddies for Life, of course, is the inspiration for this show, Service Hero Show, because I wanted my chemo buddies, my buddies, to see that people are doing amazing things. And Renee is one of them. Many, many people are out there serving, and I want people to understand that if you at one time took for granted some of the services that we had before, some of the people that were there that we could just call and go see, and some of the ways that we used to go about our day, that looks a little different now. And yet, if we all concentrate on something as simple as a 4-letter word, love, I believe that we can shift what's happening into a way that there's going to be healing taking place. We at Chemo Buddies for Life call it healing through connections. And with my dear friend, Renee Torres, who I am saying today on June the 11th, I have declared she is our service hero, that we can get back. I'm not going to say to where we were before. Those that are in Chemo Buddies for Life, and yes, I'm bringing it up a lot because you know what, they are my passion and purpose, is building our nonprofit to a point where we are affecting the one throughout the world. That we can be like many of us that have survived. We never end up being who we were before cancer. The Tamara that I was before cancer is not the Tamara I am now. However, quite honestly, I like the Tamara that I am now much more. I've learned a lot. I've grown a lot. And one of the things I've learned is the power of love. Yes, Huey Lewis and the News sang it. The power of love. What movie is that from? Question. And Skip is saying, MLK Jr., love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Absolutely the truth. Today on June the 11th, 2020, I want to submit to all of you. We are at a time in our existence that we can go two ways. We're at the fork in the road. I like to talk about it like the Wizard of Oz. And when Dorothy was on her way to the Emerald City to meet Oz, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, to see the wizard and to go home, she thought. On her journey, she came to forks in the road, forks in the yellow brick road. And at one, all of a sudden, she noticed that there was a voice, and it was coming from the scarecrow. The scarecrow ended up becoming her buddy, that's what we say, and traveled the journey of the yellow brick road to the man behind the curtain to get what it was that their wishes were. When they got there, they were given more tasks to do. Along the journey, they found other buddies. They found the Tin Men, the Woods Tin Men, and the Cowardly Lion. And they all ended up in Oz together with Toto, too. They were given a task to go and get a broom, the witch's broom, that was supposed to have magical powers. And they had to go to a scary place to get it. There were flying monkeys and all sorts of scary characters, if you will. And they found a way in because they had the will. They had the drive to make something happen. They had their end goal. They had the end in mind. You know, start with the end in mind. You ever hear that? Theirs was different, each one of them, but collectively they worked together, a common purpose. And they isolated the witch. And in the movie, you know, things happened, right? You'd think I was there. Tamara, you know, throw in the water and you know, all of a sudden, okay, the witch is gone. And she gets the broom, and then they go back. And in the end, what they find out? That the answers were always inside of them, but they had to go through the journey to find out that they had it, that they had the power to make it happen. Yes, I'm equating it to the power of love. Love is an amazing thing. And we, Chemo Buddies for Life, believe in it so very much. Is anything perfect in this world? No. It would be boring if it was. It's so true. We are not in Kansas anymore, except for we do have some buddies that are, Skip. One of them is mine. Yes, Renee Torres. And Renee, when you do see this, because I'm going to share it over to you, when you see it, just know how much I love you. Renee was there towards the very end of my mother's life, because Renee was an adopted sister. You see, my mom loved Renee, and Renee loved my mom, and the synergy was amazing. And my mom was in so much pain, and she was having a really rough time. And Renee always made my mom feel beautiful and loved and taken care of. She even came here, because where I film now was my mother's casita. She even came here and took care of my mom, because my mom had a real thing about her hair. And I'll never forget that. So you see, she's a service hero, and more than just for today, I wanted to share the experience of today with all of you. However, when you have people that go over and above, and we've been talking about this a lot, when you have people going over and above, It's incredible what can happen. It goes back to, again, this 4-letter word called love. And today, during a time when certain things are opening up, other things are not, like Carol just said, in Canada, she can't go yet to the salon. In other areas, just about everything is open. It's a grab bag right now. However, there's a difference that's taken place, a shift. So it's an opportunity. It's like yesterday's service hero, John Formica. He's the ex-Disney guy that we talked about. That this is an amazing time for those that are reflecting on how they want to go forward in their life, because there's going to be a lot of opportunities for choice, like the yellow brick road. And are you going to find, when you're on your yellow brick road, going to whatever your end in, your destination is, wherever you right now are determining you want to get to, your Oz, your Emerald City, are you going to be finding and collecting, as I say in the celebration journal, your buddies, your traveling buddies, those that are going to journey with you in something so big as finding, if you will, your purpose? I really hope that you are looking for those that you can share that 4-letter word with, because in doing so, there's going to be so much healing that's going to take place. Healing and opportunities that will possibly even feel like miracles at times. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I never do. Anybody that knows me, my kids would tell you that I just tell it like it is. We face whatever it may be square in the eyes and say, okay, this is what it is. What are we going to do about it? And we've had some big things that we've had to look square in the eye and say, okay, that's the way it is. What are we going to do about it? I have a feeling we're going to be on our yellow brick road, and we're going to be in those places, those crossroads. And we may have some moments where we're going to say, oh my, this is what we're looking at. What are we going to do about it? I submit to you that you find your community now, that you find like what we have. We have at Chemo Buddies for Life. We have, oh, wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that, Carol. See, we have a community that cares for each other like this. Like this. They check in on each other and they share the love with each other. Jump back on the horse and keep riding. Absolutely. The horse of many colors, they would call it in the Emerald City. So right now, my hope for all of you is that, number one, that you can go out there and have some amazing experiences with your friends like I just did with my declared service hero, Renee Torres. Renee Torres, you are a service hero. You are my dear friend. I love you with all my heart. You have been there for so many of us in my family. And that means a lot. When people give their heart, then you want to give yours back. That's the way it works. So being able to spend time with our friends, that's an exciting thing. So I'm sharing it with all of you. Number two, yeah, okay. It's really interesting how it looks in this light. It almost looks like I am wearing a wig, but I'm not. This is really my hair, guys. And And it's fun. It's fun. It's fun just to to feel girly. And so thank you, Renee. And then what I want to share too is that right now, this is a time when we really could use all of us focusing in on what we call the frequency of love. There's a magic that happens with it. Yes, we talk about it on Magic Monday. We talk about it, the healing properties of it, on What's Up Wednesday. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, come over to Chemo Buddies for Life in our community, and those are our closed group chats. Those are some of the titles that we call them. There is a healing power that takes place when we are socialized. That's the science behind the nonprofit Chemo Buddies for Life. And anybody that may be hearing about this for the very first time in any of the social media platforms, please understand this. We have a platform that is serving those people that have been affected by cancer, both the patient and those people that love and support them. And don't let the name fool you. It doesn't matter what type of treatment someone chooses, traditional, alternative, adjunctive, doesn't matter. What counts, what we find important is that you heal through connections. We talk about in the service or in the celebration journal, connecting with yourself. We talk about connecting with others as buddies and connecting within the community. And we are doing that one buddy at a time. That's what we call them, buddies, at a time. And we are going global. We are currently global. We may not have a lot of numbers in some of the countries, but we officially have gone global. So that is what this is all about when it comes to talking about our community and Chemo Buddies for Life and the nonprofit. And when it comes to the power of love, we will be announcing more things in regards to that here soon. But we've been learning about this in our chats too, and that is how the frequencies that we all may feel, but we may not realize what they are, they actually can have quote unquote magic powers. They actually can help in healing. And that is significant, especially if you are someone that is affected by cancer or other life-threatening issues similar to what we have as a world been facing, a worldwide pandemic. Lisa is home. Excellent. Again, isn't it wonderful when we have senior ambassadors here. We have Sherry McQueen is a senior ambassador for Chemo Buddies for Life, and Carol Brown is a senior ambassador for Chemo Buddies for Life. We have Helene Wilson, the ambassador of the chat. We have many people within our organization. And understand this, please, too. For the nonprofit, as of right now, no one is paid. They are all volunteers. They are doing it out of their love, the frequency of love. And yes, that means the healing power of love. So I know that this is kind of an unconventional Service Hero show. However, I wanted to share the joy. And if you look at this, joy is even a little further up than love on this frequency upside down cone. And I am sharing the joy with all of you of what it's like to go out and visit with a friend that you've missed, which I have missed mine, and be able to do something so radical that we used to take for granted, and that is go to a shop that's been closed for months, that has now reopened. And yes, I did have to have my temperature taken, and yes, I did have to sign paperwork saying that I hadn't done anything, and if I have any kind of symptoms in the next so many days or something, that I will contact them. There is that kind of paperwork involved, so that there's no surprises if you guys are trying to figure out what it will be like navigating going back. That was my experience. So I hope that it is comforting to you to know that as much as you want to see your services come back, those that have been serving you for so long equally are so excited about the idea of going back. I can't even share how thrilling it was when our eyes locked on each other, because it was really interesting having that mask. You don't see the rest of the face, you only see the eyes, and there's something about that, and you can look at that as a gift. There's always a gift in everything. Sometimes you have to think about it, but that was a gift, because when I saw Renee's eyes and she saw mine, it was like immediately the first thing we wanted to do was hug. We couldn't. However, the next thing we did was just words and an elbow bump of how much we appreciate each other and how good it was to see each other. So as things start opening up, I would love for others to be sharing with us what it is that they're experiencing. Contact me. Let me know. I would love to have you on and maybe do some, eyes are connection. Yes, they are, Carol. Absolutely, without a doubt. And it was all the power and joy. The joy, power of joy and love. Absolutely, without a question. We are in interesting times, is how I would qualify them, what my mom would have said. And seeing Renee makes me think a lot of my mom, because whenever we're together, oh my gosh, it's like she's there too. Anybody that knows me understands that in many ways, and they're probably laughing. So what I want to say here right now is that life is happening. It may be a little different. It may end up looking different, but let's find the gift in this difference. It's just like we talk about in Chemo Buddies for Life. Anytime you've been through treatment of some type and been through cancer of some type, either for the patient or even the people that love and support them, you're going to come out of it different. Life experiences teach us that. However, we can find the gift in it and we can be so much better. That is the same thing for now. The lessons and the things that we talk about in our closed group and within our organization are so absolutely relevant today. So as you are facing your world today, and there's a lot of stress and fear in some areas. I said I don't sugarcoat things, and sometimes you're at that crossroad. However, look around. You never know. You may have a scarecrow, a cowardly lion, or a Tin's woodman, the Tin Men. There, waiting to be there with you and to navigate the road with you. We don't have to journey this road alone. And we can even skip. That's funny. Skip Thomas. But I was thinking skip, like skip, through the yellow brick road and the song and everything, but he sings too. So, but anyway, on our way to the Emerald City, what did they do? They found the joy, and they did skip, and they did face their fears. And in the end, they found that they found the man behind the curtain, yes. However, in Dorothy's case especially, she found she always had the magic in her. She just had to figure that out. And it took the adventures of the Yellow Brick Road and all of the magical characters that are involved in that story for her to find her home. So, what are you waiting for? We're on the Yellow Brick Road, those within our organization, and we right now are preparing. Sherry McQueen and myself are working to get addresses, and if you are a buddy and you haven't gotten us your address yet, we need it, because we're sending out these hard copies of the Celebration Journal, because it talks about our program. It introduces you to what Chemo Buddies for Life is all about. It talks about the Yellow Brick Road. It talks about these characters, and it helps you to heal through connecting with yourself, with buddies, and with community. Humor, hope, heart, and in here, gratitude, chocolate days, and what's next? We've added hugs and a lot of love to what we have been saying for the last 3+ years. And yes, this year and this decade, we have declared it to be the year 2020 to be the year of love and the decade of love. In fact, I think it was said by Mr. Skip Thomas on an interview about a tour that we had determined we were going to do within the closed group. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. We're going to talk about it on another Service Hero show here soon. But we're off to see the world wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Yes, we are. We definitely are. And Carol, yes, there is no place like home. Yes, we consider Chemo Buddies for Life community to be home and to be family. And Cinnamon, so glad you're here. Cinnamon, we love you. So, if you are one of our community members, tonight is Thankful Thursday. And Carol Brown and Barbara Buckley, in assisting Carol, are our chat hosts. Yeah. We'll have to talk about that. We're going to be talking about that in the next day or two. I have to look at my phone. Love It Movement, Love It Festival, Love It Movement, yes, Love It Tour, or the Tour of Love. We are going to be talking about that on Service Heroes. So be looking for that. In fact, I'm looking for my calendar here, and I'll tell you when that is going to take place, because we do have that scheduled. Let's see here. I do believe, yes, tomorrow we will be talking. Come back to Service Heroes tomorrow, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so everyone, buddies, make it into the closed group at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. And for those of you that have not joined us yet, why? Yes, we are an organization that supports people that have been affected by cancer, but statistics show nearly everyone in the world qualifies. So most likely you do too. And we've also opened our doors for those that have been feeling isolated and alone during the pandemic, this that we have called COVID. Yes, right now, things are starting to open up. We are opening up for business. However, it may not necessarily quite be feeling like it yet. So come and join us. Go to Chemo Buddies, the number 4 Life, here on Facebook, the fan page. Go to groups. Then go to the Chemo Buddies for Life community and ask to join. The only requirements we have that, number 1, that you understand that the community is a safe place. It's a safe place, and we keep it that way. Number 2, that what is discussed in the community stays there, kind of like Vegas. Yes, wink, wink, you know. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, what happens in the community stays in the community. All right, so thank you for coming and playing with me today, because I felt like sharing with my friends, because service heroes come in all sorts of different ways. And today I am officially saying that my dear friend, and you could consider her a buddy, my dear friend and buddy, Renee Torres, is today's service hero. So Renee, when you watch this, know this: I have definitely made the case today on June the 11th, 2020, the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome, Celebrate Success Through Service. Renee, you are a service hero. You have been for over a decade now. You have proven it time and time again. You've been there and taken care of, I have witnessed it, screaming kids. Yes, that have been my family. You have been there at the last minute when we've needed some emergency help due to scissors that were found by someone that shouldn't have used them on someone else's hair. Yes, we've been there too. She's taken care of that. Also, she has fixed and helped a young lady feel extremely beautiful for some of the biggest nights that happen during a young lady's life. She did that. And she was there for my mother when she really needed her. And today we had a fun experience, one of the first ones, in that our hair salons are just opening up after months being closed, and we got to go through the whole new experience, kind of giggling through it and having fun. And so, you are a service hero. I absolutely adore you, and I thank you for today. All right, everybody, come back tomorrow at noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern. You just might be surprised or not, but I think you'll be, if nothing else, pretty inspired, let's put it, about some stuff that's in the wind. Some things that are, let's just say, we're going to be on the road again here soon. I'm excited about that. May even be looking for some more service heroes too. All right, make it a great afternoon. See you guys in the chat tonight. Bye.